Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we are going to talk about...
We're going to talk about President Biden.
Oh, no.
Yes.
President Biden. Who is that?
Oh.
Never heard of the guy.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't he the old guy? Isn't the old guy who should be stepping down according to George Stephanopoulos?
God,
I mean, how many different ways can you tell him to step down and frame it to make it sound like a question? Just because you add a question mark at the end or end in a higher pitch doesn't make it a question. Don't you think you should step down now?
Well, technically, if you end in a higher pitch or put a question mark, it does make it a question. Yeah. It just doesn't make it a different question.
No.
Okay, yeah, so I was curious. So Biden had his interview with George Stephanopoulos.
Yep.
And David was pretty triggered.
Yep.
If you haven't seen his video on Terror by the Bay, go check it out.
Yep.
You'll find out if David bit the mailman.
She's actually a woman. She's very nice.
The female man.
And probably didn't bite her.
Yeah, we'll call her the male person. The
Where's
mail carrier.
Where's my spy camera lady?
That's right. Male person, or female man, Bart. Yeah, so I just was curious, what was the energy around the interview? And did Biden's performance sway voters?
Yeah.
I mean, it's specifically the independents and the Democratic voters who may be on the fence.
So I did my video last night. Came over to Gary's house. We're in his shed in the backyard. He's only got one shed.
Yes.
He's thought about getting a second shed. Then he'd be Gary two sheds.
That's right. For all you Monty Python fans.
But now he's only got a single garden shed.
That's right.
And he was watching the Biden interview with Stephanopoulos. So I sat down and was immediately triggered and grousing about it.
Now, in George Stephanopoulos' defense, those types of interviews are supposed to be somewhat adversarial. So he was supposed to basically challenge Biden's answers on that.
And if honestly, Biden should have just answered his correct questions very directly and succinctly, and then just end it. Do you think you're capable of being the president next 4 years? Yes.
That doesn't provide much of an interview.
No. Next question. What's a dumb question?
Before we get started, we get lots of questions about the stones that we have on our table here when we do the
I don't know which ones they're seeing because they're all like hidden.
Yes. So I'm going to show a stone, and Dave, you can tell me what the stone is. So here is a stone.
That's a blue stone.
A blue stone. Yes, we call it a rock.
We call it sodalite.
Sodalite.
If I was going to make up a name, I'd call it sodalite.
Okay.
This is a black stone with little white bits in it. We call that snowflake obsidian.
Okay.
And that's a green stone with some, looks like inclusions in it, but that's prehnite, Prenite, I believe.
Okay.
There might be an H in there.
I call this a white rock.
That's rose quartz, actually. It's kind of pink.
Oh, well.
This one that is quartz with black tourmaline inclusions in it.
Yes.
They call it tourmalated quartz.
I hope that's not on the spelling test because I'm going to fail on that one.
That's just a tumbled piece of amethyst.
Oh, okay. And then this.
And this is a really cool one. And flip it around the other way too. Is a piece of carnelian, but I love the veining. Is that even on the screen?
Let's see.
Now it is.
Yeah.
That's a piece of carnelian. People are seeing your fingers with the thing down here.
Yeah, exactly. And then this one's kind of my favorite. We're not going to get much going on with
No,
this,
you think?
Yeah. But tell them what it is.
I could tell them. Let's see if we can get them a little bit of something here. Hold it up. That is rainbow. Oh, there we go. We almost got it. Rainbow obsidian. Now, rotate that around. Let's see if we can get there. We go.
There it is.
Rainbow obsidian. It's a piece of obsidian, but if you get intense light on it and you get it angled just the right way, there's rainbow patterns inside of it.
Isn't that cool. Exciting? So for those of you that are asking, I have no idea. They're rocks. Dave brings rocks over. I put them on the table, and then we start reading tarot.
Those palm stones, other than the rainbow obsidian, those travel in my little bag that I keep my cards in. I charge those every night. So that's just my little stones.
And why do we have those stones?
Because we do.
Oh, not to.
There are lots of spiritual properties. I won't get into all of them. You can look it up on Google. We gave you the names.
Okay. So it's not for defense.
It's because the obsidian would be your grounding stuff.
Okay. So
they could be defense if you throw them at somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Get a slingshot. Okay, so we want to read about the energy on Joe Biden and how his interview with George Stephanopoulos went. What was the
Yes.
energy around that?
All right, entertainment purposes only.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go find some cars to trash.
Hey,
on
look!
Stephanopoulos.
The tablecloth is green!
Oh my!
Actually, the tablecloth's still red. I just put a green placemat on it.
Um,
I can't wait for the comments on this one.
Yeah, in the end of the day, my only critique of Biden was be more forceful and assertive in your answers. So he was treating Stephanopoulos like a friend because I'm sure they have a very friendly relationship built over the years. But since this was not that, he needed to treat him like a reporter and not a cohort. At the foundation of the reading is the Two of Pentacles. It's about juggling, keeping things up in the air. It's your values, yin and yang, evaluation of things. So, in this interview, there was the waves behind show like a tumultuous event.
A lot of emotional energy.
That's
back there.
behind them. Something that happened in the past, and now this is almost like doing some damage control. But at the same time, Biden is messaging, hey, it's not like I got one job, which is to study for this debate.
Yeah.
I'm running the world right now.
And he let Stephanopoulos know that, I've been a little bit busy with other things other than, worrying about Trump. I got, this conflict with Israel and Palestine and all these other things.
Ukraine and Putin.
Yeah,
and
just all sorts of things going on in the world. Trump's the least of his worries right now.
And the infinity sign here is a sign of knowledge and wisdom, divine, infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom, and it's people questioning: is he does he still have it? Does he not have it? Has he lost a step? It's just to address all the questions that people have on there.
And he's balancing his health with the demands of his job.
Yes, he's 81 years old.
Yes,
and are people concerned about his health? Well, the people who seem most concerned about his health are the media.
Yes.
They are drumming this up, and it sells a lot of advertising dollars and causes a lot of anxiety. You know what? Biden's doing fine. He's doing fine. And if he needs to delegate more, then he needs to delegate more. But right now, we have a functioning government. We can't really say that between 2016 and 2020. Cross with the Ace of Wands. This is that Biden PR campaign that they're going out with right now, basically trying to show that Biden still can do the job. After that debate, there was a lot of questions has been generated online, and those flames are being fanned by the Republicans, especially the Republicans.
Yes.
Any news agency trying to sell advertising dollars, and just general trolls. Oh, Biden can't do this. He's too old. Even Putin's getting in on the act with it. So he's going out and showing people that he's still a force to be reckoned with. Underneath it all,
you just explained this card, by the way.
Yeah, it's that people are worried like, oh, he can't do it anymore. We have a government that's on cruise control. The president's asleep at the wheel. The United States is going to be out on the cold. All this stuff. It's all this fear and anxiety. It's a bunch of crap.
What I get from this is the media has really put, let's face it, Biden's performance in the debate really did not go well. And the media has basically shoved him out in the cold, and they're doing it because it generates money.
Yeah. And by not doing well, it's not dealing with the lying and the gaslighting that Trump did throughout the problem. It'd be awesome if the media fact checked Trump with every damn lie.
Yeah.
Was it gish? Forget the terminology they used for that one. It basically, you tell so many lies that you swamp the system. I was watching Bo, the Fifth Column today, talk about that. And the way you combat that, and this was kind of like a no-duh moment for me, was you tell the audience, look, this is what he's doing. He's lying about everything he's saying, and I'll prove it. You take one of his lies, and you dig down, and you disprove it to the point of embarrassment. And then you end by saying, I could do it with the next... I don't have enough time to debunk all the 5 other things he said, but here's an example of how easily disprovable this is, and then lather, rinse, repeat for every time that diarrhea comes out of that guy's mouth.
Yeah, so just for our viewers, I want to take a quick poll. For all of you that think that the media is having a double standard where they're all clutching their pearls over Biden having a poor debate performance, is sort of swamping the news story. But Trump's 34 convictions and all the blatant lies he was telling on the debate stage is getting no coverage at all. So if you agree with that statement, please give the camera right now.
Flip off the camera.
A finger up. One finger up. Pick which finger you like and point it at the camera right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, now. Oh my goodness.
All those
my,
number one
my
signs.
virgin eyes. Oh, you people are horrible.
For the people that are doing housework while doing this,
Yes.
I hope you did that too. Okay, in the past we got the King of Swords. Joe. God, how do I start this? Trump has been attacking Joe Biden's intellect since 2019 or 2019. The minute that Trump realized that Joe Biden was the likely presumptive Democratic candidate, this is still, when Kamala Harris and all these other folks were still in the hunt for this, he was going after Biden. Because he knew that Biden was likely the one who was going to get the nomination, and Biden was the one who was likely going to beat him. So he's always been attacking Joe Biden's his intellect and his energy level. And nothing has changed. This is the only reason why people are talking about it is because Trump keeps talking about it, the media keeps covering it, and then people, since they read it in the media or they see memes about it, they suddenly think it's real.
Yeah.
And that's Trump's power, that power of manifestation, to the point where George Stephanopoulos is questioning Biden's intellect. Oh, one other thing while I'm ranting here.
Oh, he's going, man.
The cognitive test that Donald Trump was given, and this is, I believe I got this from that Shrinking Trump podcast. The cognitive test that they gave Donald Trump, identify a silhouette of a lion versus the silhouette of a giraffe or something like that. All that test is for, and this is the dirty little secret that, again, the media is not talking about, this is just a test that you give to somebody if you're trying to determine if they can continue living on their own or if they need to go to assisted care. That's kind of, if you pass the test, yeah, you can live on your own a little bit longer. If you fail the test, and it's like, they really can't. They need to be in assisted living. The fact that Donald Trump has taken this test 3 times or something like that tells you the people around him realize he can barely get on by himself, that he maybe need to be put into a home. Mm-hmm. Biden doesn't need to be put into a home. Asking him, well, would you take a cognitive test so that the American people could be reassured? He's not that far declined.
George Stephanopoulos is sitting next to me.
Jesus.
Hey, so I've got a kind of a feel on the King of Swords too. I think this is kind of Biden admitting on that interview that, that debate performance really sucked.
Yeah. I'm my own worst critic on that one.
It was my own fault. But here are the things that I have been doing over the past 3.5 years as president.
You mean like trumpeting out all your accomplishments and your achievements?
Wow. You think we almost stacked this damn deck.
That's not true. So what's he on now? He's on a public relations tour, telling people, hey, I can still lead. Here, look at all the stuff I got done.
Yeah.
And I've done all the stuff I've gotten done has been for the betterment of the United States. Yes. Whether it's bringing manufacturing jobs back or
avoiding a recession,
keep trying to keep inflation down with whatever items that he can do for that.
Student loan forgiveness.
Well, that the courts keep blocking that one.
But
thanks to your conservative Supreme Courts, Gary, your conservative.
Those are my tax dollars, buddy.
It's just a lot. There was another one. There was another big one of Biden's that I was going to hit on this one. But just basically, he has done things. He doesn't do things to improve things for himself. He does things to improve things for the folks in the United States.
He actually pointed that out to George Stephanopoulos in that interview.
Yeah,
it's like, when has Trump ever done anything to benefit somebody other than himself?
Right. And then he said, I know you can't answer that. I wouldn't have given him that out. I would have just looked him right in the eye and make him answer it.
Yeah, give me an example.
No, come on. Give me... really, Stephanopoulos, come on. Tell me. Have you ever seen me do something that benefits me versus him? Jerk. The lesson to be learned is the double. You have to break this spell that people have that, if you just repeat things over and over again, that somehow that becomes the truth. Donald Trump is the walking embodiment of that.
It's
three words and a verb.
Yeah, well, and this is also, getting the media to break their enamorment and their attachment to Trump and his lies.
And it's also to point out the corruption, heck, in the media, because they are bound to the advertising dollar. Build the wall, stop the steal, lock her up.
Wow.
3-word things, start with a verb, keep it simple for the chuds out there that drool in cups and drag their knuckles around supporting Trump. He's trying to break that habit. The outcome is the redneck riot.
Yeah, we're renaming this card. We're now going to call it the redneck riot.
Yeah, I like the other name better, but okay, whatever.
That's right. We'll see. We'll see.
It'll eventually catch. The outcome, there's just going to be a lot of energy and turmoil as people try and process it. There's going to be a lot of arguments, a lot of debates, a lot of discussion around this. Expect that this one interview doesn't stop the process. This one interview actually starts the process.
Yes.
Biden will be going out. He will be talking to people. He'll be going to rallies. He will be going to events. He will be showing people that he still has the energy to do the job.
Yeah.
And the media will still question it until something major happens that gets them off that frickin' news cycle. Because right now, nothing major has happened. So they're just milking it. And this is why Trump's kind of taking a back seat to all this, because he doesn't want to change the news cycle.
Yep.
He wants the news cycle to stay the way it is. If the Supreme Court ruled tomorrow that presidents were kings, if that ruling was delayed tomorrow, you would never hear about Biden's age again, because it would all be about the Supreme Court and their new ruling. Mm-hmm. So basically, as soon as we get some major event in the United States or the world that gets people off that subject, and then the media will be selling their advertising space to
exactly
to some other story.
At the end of the day, if you're kind of wondering why things work the way they do,
money.
Sometimes just follow the money. It's kind of cliche, but it generally will get you there.
I mean, you can even make the argument in the 30s and 40s that the newspapers, they still had advertisers. They still had to get eyeballs on the newspaper. They might have more focused on stories and facts, but William Randolph Hearst came through with yellow journalism, and all of a sudden made a bunch of money that way.
Yep.
And get rid of the fairness doctrine and other things like that, and we are where we are today.
So let's see. Did Biden's interview performance sway voters? How did the voters, the people watching that, who may have been undecided or were questioning his skill set after the debate, how did they react to it?
They're gonna think about it. Sit back and think about it. They'll listen to the words, and then it's just literally, just like Trump's messaging is you have to hammer them over and over and over and over again. Biden needs to go out and just do rallies and stuff like that and keep out there being sharp and talking about
being
things.
Consistently on point.
Yes. Reaching out to the people, showing them that everything's fine, that he's still with it. How people are going to react? They're going to react in the end, they're going to forget about this, and they're going to start looking at the economy and stuff along those lines, jobs, their pay, things along those lines.
What the justice system is doing to them.
And because in the end of the day, a poor debate does not usually torpedo a presidency. It's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
That's what gets it out there. People are going to wait and see. Biden's going to go out, he's going to stump, and people are going to wait and see how he does. If he goes out there and stumps and he's consistent, this story, and then the news cycle changes, the story goes away. And in the past, you got the page of wands. Okay, messaging of what he's going to do. Let's go out and do it. And there he is, starting a new thing.
New beginnings.
New beginnings. Starting out, going out. He's going to try and convince people on things. And there's all the energy and the chaos with the redneck riot. There's going to be a lot of debates going on. Trump is going to just play up the fact that Biden is, mentally out to lunch, which is just an absolute riot. That Trump talks about anybody's mental acuity.
What's interesting about this card is that something that narcissists like? They like the chaos so they can be the center of the attention.
Yeah, they like it. Narcissists, specifically malignant narcissists, they revel in chaos. Not just like it, they revel in it. They get energized by having a bunch of chaos around them. And this is from personal experience I came to this conclusion. It turns out it's mostly accurate. To me, because I dated somebody who was a malignant narcissist for a couple of years. So, I mean, when I saw Trump, I recognized him for who he was, like that.
Yes.
This person was a habitual liar.
Yeah.
Didn't realize at the time, because I don't lie about things, so it doesn't occur to me that...
Yeah, so your default is they're telling the truth.
They're telling
right?
the truth. But then they do some crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, they quit their job for no apparent reason. Just up and quit. It's like, why would you do that? You don't have another job lined up. I just didn't want to work there anymore. Turns out they were stealing, and they got caught shoplifting.
For entertainment purposes only.
And they were told, don't ever come back to this store again, or we'll arrest you. So now it makes sense, but it's because you're thinking they're telling the truth. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Was there significant gaslighting going on?
Yes, because they would lie about everything. They lied about their education, their family, their jobs, their whereabouts. It was easier to lie than tell the truth, because if you're lying, then if somebody tries to call you out on it, they just come up with another lie, and then they start gaslighting you with that you don't remember. And it's hard to keep track of everybody's lies. This person wasn't a very good one because they couldn't keep track of their lies either. Mm-hmm. So in the end, they come across as kind of stupid, but I was the one being the idiot because I didn't realize that they were lying on purpose. And then lastly, the last part about it was they revel in chaos. One of the things I like to do is bring the energy down, make things a stable platform. Yep. And then this person they didn't want that. They would just create drama wherever they went. And every time I tried to de-drama their lives, they dramaed them up again. Yep. And never understood why. It's because they revel in it. And they lie because it keeps the drama going. Yep. If you think about it, people tell you something, it's the basis, the foundation for a conversation and coming to a decision. But if the foundation is made of, it's like a house of cards, it's built on lies, it can come crumbling down any time. So you can always change course, and you can make decisions based on what's the best thing for you, and then lie to somebody else to make them think they're doing something that's the best thing for them or their organization. It's just gaslighting all around.
Yeah, so in this case, Trump loves his lies because he keeps him in the news cycle, keeps him as the center of attention.
He just makes stuff up to try and get a better deal. He did that with Justin Trudeau, and when they were renegotiating NAFTA. Just makes up stuff. But, so how are people reacting to it? They're going to, Biden says he's going to go out and do things, and he's going to go out and do them. So they're just going to wait and see. There's going to be a lot of discussion, a lot of energy around this.
I'm sure Trump's going to try and create as much chaos as he can around it.
But in the end of the day, the lesson to be learned is, did he deliver on what he said he was going to do? And they're going to look at his health. They're going to look at the economy. They're going to look at what his promises are in his speech stumping. Is he delivering what he said he's going to deliver? And then the outcome is the Nine of Swords. You have to kind of pay attention to what's going on in this one. There are some people that are going to have anxiety over this because they don't know what to do. Because on the one hand, Trump and the media are telling him one thing. Yeah. Trump's telling him one thing. Biden's telling him the other. And the media isn't reporting facts anymore. They're reporting drama.
Yeah.
So the onus comes on the viewer to be able to discern what is really going on. And that's one of the reasons why right-wing media and Trumpers are so hand in hand. The Trumpers haven't moved past the media is going to tell, the media or Trump or some strong person, some authority figure is going to tell me what to do, and that's good enough for me. Mm-hmm. This is, you have to think for yourself. And people don't like doing that.
Yeah, and right now, some voters, the folks that are undecided, in their mind, it's a nightmare scenario. You've got one guy that's a pathological liar, convicted felon, who, you don't really want or trust. And then you got the other guy that's kind of old and doddering and of questionable health. And for them, it's keeping them up at night. So I think at the end of the day, Biden has to stay the course and prove to them that one bad debate does not negate all the things he has done and all the things he will be able to.
And I'm going to push back on that because old and doddering. Biden's 81.
Yes.
Has he had any health issues that have caused him to miss time in the presidency?
Well, he had a health issue that impacted his debate performance.
I'm just saying. He hasn't had any health issues. He's not doddering. He doesn't go wandering off unless you crop the camera and don't show the paratrooper that he's on there.
Depends how you manipulate the camera angles, yes.
Well, his greatest falterings, he tripped over a sandbag that somebody didn't move out of the way at a speech.
But you got to understand, these folks that are undecided, they haven't necessarily put two and two together that they're being manipulated by the media and media portraying Biden this way. Do I think Biden's that way? No. But
that's what I'm saying is when you're saying the statement that these people are considering Biden as being old and doddering, it's like the media portraying Biden as old and doddering. You have to be careful with your words that you're throwing out there because otherwise you're perpetuating that these people think Biden's old and doddering. No, they don't. I don't. The media says they are. People believe the media, so they believe that. I think it's a bunch of crap.
Well, by your own argument, if the media is saying it and they believe the media, then they believe that he's old and doddering.
But it doesn't make it reality.
I don't don't
Well,
I'm not going to disagree with you.
We're going to end this podcast right now.
That's right.
Push you right
we're going to do our own 501s for the audience. We should film it. That would probably
right off the top rope, big elbow. Randy Macho Man Savage would be so proud of me.
Indeed.
You can go all Hulk Hogan if you want. Rip your shirt off there.
What are you going to do?
Brother. Oh, yeah. Okay, any other questions
for
this?
I think that's
yeah. Let's look at the spiritual lesson from all this. How about that?
That's fine.
How about the spiritual lesson for the undecided voter who listens to the media tell them that Biden's an old doddering fool?
Yes, please get
Polonius
out of the echo chamber.
Come on, Polonius.
Here we go. We're going to come and see what we got.
I believe it was Polonius. Come on, you doddering old fool. What's the message for them? Queen, the High Priestess. Divine feminine wisdom. Basically, it's time for you to make up your own damn mind. What are your values? Don't let people tell you your values. The truth is going to be out there. Evaluate these guys based on their actions, not on their words, but on their deeds. Ace of Pentacles. You have to look at your values and the values that you want to see in society, and then make your choice. Which society do you want to live in? Because in the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family. This is the richest country in the world. There's enough resources for everybody. Which person is going to do a better job taking care of the population en masse versus the person who's going to be lazy and wants it all for themselves?
Yep.
That's what I see as the lesson.
I have no argument with what you
considering there's 4 major arcana and an ace and a 5-card reading. That's pretty powerful.
And stuff. That Ace of Pentacles came up in the previous reading with Biden, which to me it's it's an opportunity for a new beginning.
Yeah. It's the lesson. It's the lesson to be learned.
Yeah.
What are your values?
Yes.
Literally, which in the Supreme Court's made it a little bit easier. Which president do you want in charge of the country like a king? Yep. Which one is going to try to continue to be a president? Which one would one of them try to be a king if given half an opportunity?
Which one would want to be a dictator, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a tater.
Not that anyone's been quoted saying that.
He's a tater. It's a total potato.
Hey, thank you for tuning in and watching us.
Yeah, that's my line.
Oh, sorry. I know. I stole it from you. I learned from the best.
Yeah, or something like that. Thank you for your likes, your comments. Gary reads all your comments.
I do,
and
indeed.
He hearts them, and he responds to some of them, and then he removes and blocks people who are
I have had to remove and block some people.
So be nice. If you have a dissenting opinion, that's acceptable, but don't be rude about it.
There was one person that had a dissenting opinion that I wrote a response to. As long as you're not calling our viewers libtards or just spouting right-wing nonsense, your comment will stay in and I'll respond to it. And if you're civil and respond back, that's fine too. But once you cross the line, I'll send you off to go play with your friends somewhere else.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll catch you on the next video.
Have
Take
a
care, everyone.
great day, folks.
Bye.
Bye.